Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this world today. We go back to Dragon Age, Rise of the Kunari, and our scene takes us back to the Inquisition headquarters, where it is late evening and the sun is just setting over the horizon, turning the land and the sky blood red. And then we go to one Miss Serena Strickland, who is currently pacing back and forth inside her room.
Well, I don't think the pacing is like the correct description. I'm more like thinking, what the fuck I'm gonna do with this?
Indeed, what will you do with this?
Because I don't know. Did I fuck up? Did I not fuck up? I'm kind of pissed. In the not in the drunk sense, in the angry sense. Because like the dude was like totally judging me for like stealing the thing, and I'm like, you don't know my life, right?
But at the same time, you did like almost cause a demon to possess you and Colin. So
Well, technically, what experience and knowledge do I have of the Fade stuff? I
well,
mean,
true, but I mean, you don't just randomly believe everything you see in a dream.
yeah, okay. So, okay, it was wrong of me to accuse him. That's true. That's true. I'll own up to that. But, yeah. I have to face my demons, let's say. Okay, I'm gonna go out of my room. I'll probably pass by the tavern first and get a glass of wine and just chug it. Or liquid
Chug.
courage, as we call it.
Yes, you chug a glass of liquid courage, and it's sweet and very good, and it warms you up at your base.
Okay, maybe I should have gone with rum. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see if I can reach Colin's office.
Yeah, you go up to the battlement area, and you know where his typical office is, and you see that it's doors closed, but you think you could probably catch him.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock a few times,
Yeah.
and you eventually hear from the inside, "Come in."
I'll open the door and go in.
He looks up and he's like, "Ah, Serena,
Good evening, Commander.
what uh, what evil demons will we being possessed by today?"
Yeah, see, this is not uh, a good start to the conversation. Can I sit?
Of course.
Okay, so I just want to clear things up a little bit after last night's incident. I mean, we are both adults and professionals. We can, like,
He sits up straighter in his chair and he looks folds his hands across the desk and he looks at you expectantly.
okay, where to start with that? Okay, I'll try to get a serious face on Serena, like really trying the hardest to remain like very serious and very professional. And I don't know how well I can do that.
Roll me a diplomacy.
Uh, Diplomacy isn't my strong suit, man. Fuck. Okay. Dice rolls. I get a 12.
Not ain't too bad. Um, you stop, you breathe, and you compose yourself fairly well. And he looks at you and he's like, "Well, I think I should probably start, Serena. Well, I mean, after all, I should probably apologize to you as well. I was a bit taken aback by what had happened, and it wasn't very professional of me to accuse you of such things. You are an ally to the Inquisition. You are a great asset, and I didn't respect you and such. We all make mistakes, and it's not through success that our greatest strengths of character are found, but it's through failure. I know this quite well.
Okay, that makes things a bit easier for me, I suppose, because I was a bit angry about that. But that's beside the point. I sorry for bringing accusations to you. I should have explained first. I just didn't know where to begin, honestly, and it felt
Apology accepted,
very
Serena.
real in dream. Like, okay, maybe I have like my own mommy issues here.
Did you know your mother?
I did know my mother for a little bit, um, but not enough. Let's say. Anyway, I wouldn't want to get into my personal past at the moment. It's not an easy subject for me.
Understood.
Thing is, I kind of lost my train of thought.
He goes over to the cabin and he pours a couple glasses of what looks like pretty decent wine. He sets a glass in front of you and he starts having
Yeah,
a few
because that
sips.
will help. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that will help definitely. She won't chug it. She will take like a sip.
This is some pretty decent stuff he's got now.
What is?
I said this is some pretty decent stuff he's got now.
Oh,
Like
oh,
it,
that
it
wine
tastes
is
good.
nice. That's good wine. Better than the tavern.
Indeed, we were all going to drink it when the last scar was going to be closed. But I think a lot of us forgot of how much stock we actually had of it. So now we're just drinking it as normal. Lost a bit of its initial punch, so to speak.
That's fine. That's fine. I wouldn't want to suffer through a hangover, so I think that's for the best. Um, I think I have to address the elephant in the room.
He looks around and then he looks back at you and he says, "Go on."
I
Big
hope he
smile on
wasn't
his face.
actually. I hope he wasn't looking for an actual elephant.
No, he's just being goofy and he's got a big goofy grin on his face. Kind of like literally the picture you see is like the look he's got on his face right now.
Yeah, that's not helping. So clearly, the demon came to me because I'm attracted to you. I just need to ask: did I do anything inappropriate while I was out of
Colin.exe has stopped working.
it?
he,
How red
he,
is he right now?
he's a little bit red, but he just kind of looks at you like at first he's like, well, that was straight to the point, and then he just kind of looks at you like, dang, I don't know what to say. He seems like he's fumbling for some words, and he's like, no, I was able to snap you out of it before things got dicey.
You need to be a bit more specific than that. Like,
Well, I've have experience with things like this before, and I could tell that you were being possessed or being manipulated, so I smacked you out of it. You actually, I mean, you didn't really do a whole lot. You just touched my face and looked at me like,
Okay.
you know, quite longingly, and you almost tried to tackle me, but I prevented that.
Well, that was quite a slap for that.
Well,
Um, I
it's
think we
sometimes
can
it
both
takes.
agree that I will have to get revenge on that someday.
He's like, you could slap me right now if that would make it better. I mean,
I
I I, I did what I did what I had to do to get you out of it. I mean, that's all there is to it.
yeah,
Sometimes when a
yeah,
person is being charmed or possessed, the only way to get him out of it is to, well, whack
yeah.
him across the head.
Well, when you get possessed, let me know. I'll happily smack you in the face out of it. Yeah. Okay. At least I can kind of look you in the eye after that.
I do
But
apologize for the slap if I went way too far.
well, I mean, it worked. So and it's not like it still hurts, so it didn't leave a mark. So I think we're good for now.
Oh, indeed, we are.
It's interesting though that you were so bothered by the other thing.
Well, I just had a lot on my mind. That was all.
I'm getting the feeling that you're really a person who goes very by the book.
I've been like that for a while, although as of recently in my later years here, I've had to deviate from typical style, and I have changed a little bit from the person that I was.
Well, yeah, because you see, I'm the kind of person who usually like completely skips the book if
Yeah,
like
you're a
it's a
lot like Lily.
requirement. Yeah, it's a requirement for what I do. And
So I'm
believe me,
told.
what I do now is a lot better than what I used to do. So, um, but it kind of, well, it felt a bit bad what you were asking because I still think that my course of action was the correct one considering the situation. Because assuming that, okay, if the spirit was lying, well, it was easily fixable, but if it wasn't, well, I have to, well, show some discretion, you know?
He nods, and he's like, "Indeed, and you handled yourself quite well, I'd say."
Well, I do feel a bit. I'm not sure what word I need here. I feel a bit foolish for being deceived so easily and quite vulnerable, and I don't like feeling that way, certainly. So, and still take another swig from the wine because this isn't usually how I operate.
I understand.
So yeah, I hope that there won't be much, awkwardness because we have your work to do and whatnot.
My dear, my, he kind of says, Serena, you have joined the most awkward organization that I can possibly think of.
How so?
Awkwardness is what we do around here.
Hmm.
Well, we have a human war leader Templar. We have a Kunari mage as one of our higher ups. We have two Dalish running the place, and then we have God knows how many dwarves and humans all about. Most people in the rest of Ferelden would consider us a circus.
I mean, yeah, but I've never felt awkward. Like, I've made other people feel awkward, I think, but I haven't been in this position, I don't think. Uh, it was definitely weird. And yeah, sorry for sneaking in like that. I can't promise I'll never do it again.
He kind of says, and he's like, "No, no worries necessary. As I said, a little awkwardness is a good thing. I've learned recently."
Yeah, I will have to mm, work through it during the expedition.
Then I will hold you to that. And he holds up a glass to cheer you.
I'll cheer back.
And you two, very quietly and somewhat giggling occasionally and just discussing normally, gently sip your wine as the sun slowly sets over the horizon and darkness starts to encompass the land.
Should I tell him about the deal with Zach?
That's up to you.
Well, I don't know, because I have to speak with Zach probably first.
Who knows?
No, I won't. I won't bring it up now. I will just.
Okay.
I'll tell him. I'll talk. I will have to speak with Zach. Oh, by the way, we might have some. I don't know, development, I suppose, regarding your, you know, glowy hand thing.
Yes. He kind of takes a sip and he's like, "So then I take it you talked with Zach."
Yes, I have. I'm waiting for some answers.
He nods and he kind of looks up at you with a somewhat smirk on his face. And he says, "Let me guess. He wanted your blood, didn't he?"
Mm, yes. Um, should I be suspicious?
Roll a sense motive.
20.
Just a moment. He doesn't really seem to have any malice behind him or anything really suspicious. He just seems like he kind of knew it. And when you stop and think for a moment, then you're like, well, from what you know about Zach, well, yeah, this actually isn't too surprising now that you think about it.
Okay, apparently everyone around here talks about everything to everyone.
No, just a couple. he
Mm,
kind of looks. He's like just a select few.
mm. Well, it's not what I'm used to. Anyway, I think he's working for a cure. Not sure how accurate this description is, not sure how successful he will be.
Well, as of right now, it's not causing any problems, so we'll just go about it as best we can.
I'm not sure about that. Look, I was there yesterday. I saw your reaction. Don't tell me that this had nothing to do with it. I mean, your hand was glowing.
Yeah, but it's just something I'll
Um,
have to deal with.
did Zach tell you
He's told me everything.
what he suspects? How you got it?
Yes, and he may have a solution that he's going to try after we get back from the expedition.
Okay. Do you have any suspicions who could have done it? Or when or where, something?
I think I may know what happened. There was a particular expedition that we went on where I got a little too close to a scar. And I think this may be some leftover remnants, so to speak, of that. Or it could be something completely new. We will see. But ever since I have had this affliction, I have had more dreams, so to speak.
What kind of dreams, if I may ask?
Well, before this happened, I did have dreams where I stepped into the Fade, but this has been happening a lot more and more frequently now.
Hmm. Do you also get demons trying to?
Oh, occasionally.
Hmm.
He takes a yawn.
Honestly, I don't know what was worse, the Fate dreams or the Warden dreams. It seems I cannot sleep peacefully in this lifetime.
When can any of us?
I wish you'll never know.
Well, Serena,
Snowing over here.
I need to get some rest, but thank you for coming and letting
Yeah,
me
I
know
guess
what went
I'll see
And-
you at the expedition.
Oh, and don't feel bad about any of it. I completely understand. And he says, when we come back from the expedition and we get this little problem sorted out, I may need your help with something. Can
Sure.
I ask it of you when the time comes?
I mean, certainly, if my skills are needed,
He nods.
they're
and
at
says,
your
"Thank you, Serena."
disposal.
Thank you, Serena.
And she will drink the rest of the wine, because why waste it, right? And get up. Have a good night, Commander. See you at the expedition. And so
course,
get out of
Serena.
the door.
And as you walk out and you look back at him, he gives you a little wink and then closes the door.
And I'll be like, did I see that? Or is it the wine?
Who knows? And then
I think I'm turning into Porthos.
as you slowly walk back to your place, you look down across the valley as the fading light is just all about gone. And would you roll me a perception check, please? DC 20.
Jesus Christ.
16.
Okay, you don't seem
My,
to
my rolls
notice
suck
anything.
today.
Yeah, you don't seem to notice anything going about. But you walk back to your bedroom, and the scene slowly fades to black
God damn it, now I'll never know what's happening down there.
as we exit this current session. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.